Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your monthly subscriptions. I greatly appreciate it. If anybody's interested in supporting the channel in that way, you can go to patreon.com and look up Engelgeist and choose a monthly subscription over there. You get the daily forecast a day early. You also get different readings depending on the subscription level you choose. This is a broad spectrum reading for the greater collective, therefore it is meant for many people. So if some of it resonates, take whatever works and leave the rest. If anything doesn't make sense or doesn't sound like it fits within your life, that's completely fine. It doesn't mean anything's wrong or broken. It just means you might be working on something different than the greater collective at this time. This forecast is originally created for Monday, December 14th, but it's not only set for that date because it is for the highest good of the greater collective. I believe that the message is timeless and is intended for you whenever you see it. So if you're watching it on a date that's not the 14th, don't worry. It just means that now is your turn to listen to the message. Again, take what you need and leave the rest. If you do decide to utilize the reading in your day-to-day life and choose to make decisions after watching any of my videos, please note that those decisions are your responsibility. Always use your own intelligence and intuition first and foremost, and never take what I say over the suggestions or advice of a professional in their field, i.e. like a doctor, a lawyer, or a therapist. Always listen to them first and foremost. Alright, so let's get into this. Yesterday's reading for the week on Sunday was quite promising. So I want to see, kind of excited for this week to see how it plays out for everyone. Because it sort of felt like very, I don't know, like optimistic energy in a way. Alright, so we have the Three of Pentacles. So this is always about, first off, Pentacles is earth energy, but this is about collaboration. And Pentacles being earth energy, it's usually monetary in nature. It can be physical, material. It's that earthbound, slower energy. It's about sort of the idea of coming together maybe with others to make things happen. We do have the Eight of Wands in the beginning part of the week from yesterday's reading throughout the week. That Eight of Wands to me feels like taking the risk, putting yourself out there. This Three of Pentacles to me feels about like collaboration in the sense that whoever we're interacting with, pay close attention to that. Look for avenues and opportunities through others. At this time, today might be a day, this Monday might be a day where we find ourselves having conversations that might give us great ideas of how to move forward in whatever area of our life that we're looking for that forward movement. If it's through, you know, a business, certainly this would be a beneficial card for that. If it's through, you know, just deepening our relationships, I also think this is a really nice card for that. For love, it could be about that. To me, this Three of Pentacles usually, I feel like it's more about the making of money and that sort of a thing. But the Eight of Wands does have that kind of passionate vibe to it. So regardless, whatever we're doing, I think that today is the day to look to others to help, I guess accentuates the right word, to help us to further our cause, right? Being really mindful and aware of that, and using that passion of the Eight of Wands and then the stability of the Three of Pentacles to kind of bring us forward in whatever endeavor it is that we're pursuing. I feel like, remember yesterday's grounding stone with that idea of inspiration. So it's whatever we want or whatever we're inspired by, the goals that we have this week. Today is the day to like take matters into our hands and look at things practical, from a practical viewpoint, and find out who can help us to obtain these things, and not necessarily in a selfish or bad way. It's just sort of like what sort of collaborations, ideas from outside are going to help us to bring about the stability that we see in that midweek with that Four of Wands, right? Where we're sort of still trying to stabilize those desires and make them real and deepen that love. To me, this Three of Pentacles is a very grounded, centered, smart energy viewpoint to kind of move forward today in a very practical, sensible way, and to look for where the assistance is, and then to also utilize that assistance in the best way that we know how. So let's see what the Song of My Heart says. I love it. Okay, so we have my intuition guides me. I have no doubt that my inner self will voice the perfect decision for me. Okay, guys, so I really feel like this is a good week. I don't know why. These cards are feeling really vibey to me and really good. I love the purity of the white feather. I love the spiritual nature of the white feather. I love that it feels like we're listening to the softer, more subtle voices within, whatever we worked on last week. I think that that voice has become clearer and clearer. We need to utilize that voice that is within us and then utilize whatever the universe gives us outside of ourselves through this Three of Pentacles. It's going to be in the form of others being able to help us. Either they give us good ideas, they give us insight into what we're missing, they give us opportunities to move ourselves forward in some way, shape, or form. We need to look at those things, and when our intuition pops off and says to us, this is it, this is the way, go with it, trust that. Right? Move through that. Take that inspiration at that heart level that we saw yesterday in the grounding stone, and let that be the sort of guiding force for you this week. As you do that through this, the balance of this Three of Pentacles, I wouldn't call it balance per se because it's a three, but it is this idea of building something with others that is firmly rooted, that is practical, that has a very, I don't want to say significant, but like a very real payoff, right? Like there is an opportunity here if we want it, if we seek it, if we create it. Also, we have that Eight of Wands pushing all of this from underneath. So it really is your guys' opportunity. Like, I feel like there's a lot of opportunity in these cards. So take it and run with it this week. So the grounding stone for today is freedom. So what does that look like for you is my question. Where and what do you need to feel more free in your life? To feel like you are more of a creator in your life versus a victim to your life? Where we feel, oh, this stone does not want to stay up. Where we feel that we are free to be who we want, what we want to have, what we need, what we desire. That's also that Eight of Wands energy sort of rushing forward. To me, the Three of Pentacles feels a little bit opposite that. It can feel a little bit like we're making commitments to others or to our own financial situation, our own financial well-being, that sort of a thing, or our material well-being through this idea of collaboration and discussing with people. But it's going to ultimately lead us to this state of freedom, to this state of feeling lighter, brighter, more inspired by what it is that we're doing. Those should be the things that we're seeking here. I feel like also the reason why we're doing this late in the year is because we're getting ready to enter into 2021. So everything that we're focusing on in these last few weeks, maybe of December, might have really significant impact as to what we experience in 2021. So I would ground in this idea of seeking out the things that offer us the, be it mental freedom, emotional freedom, spiritual freedom, whatever, even physical freedom from whatever it is we're looking for. If, what I mean by physical freedom is, say some of us are battling an addiction to something, food or to drugs or whatever. What does the freedom of that look like on a physical level? Like, what would our body feel like to sort of dwell in that, to ground in that, and the picture of that, the inspiration of that, and allow your intuition to guide you through that, and others to help us during this time to achieve these goals. They're obtainable. That's the feeling that I'm getting from these cards. That's the promise and the excitement that I'm getting from these cards. So I want you guys to really think about, what does it look like to be, say, maybe emotionally free or mentally free from the stresses or anxieties that you carry right now. As you do that, as you look at what a life would look like, focused on things other than what we've been dealing with through 2020, how does that feel? And then when we reside in that feeling, allow the inspiration of that to carry us through this week. We will create it. That is your forecast for the day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you feel so inclined. And I will see you guys tomorrow to see where these cards head. I'm excited. Take care. Bye-bye.